Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, one moment. It's still kind of
Okay.
connecting.
Hey, Jamie.
Good morning, Alderwoman. How you doing?
All righty.
Okay, you're good to go.
All right. Thank you so much. I want to welcome everyone to the Health and Human Development Committee meeting for January the 22nd at 9:02 a.m. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Vice Chair Odenberg, Alderwoman Tyus, Alderwoman Sonnier,
Present.
Alderwoman Cox Antwi,
Present.
Chair Boyd,
Present.
Vice Chair Odenberg, Alderwoman Tyus. We have three present.
Okay, thank you so much. Uh, we have approval of minutes. Do we have a quorum? Yeah, we do have a quorum. We'll ask for the minutes of Tuesday, December the 16th, committee meeting to be, the minutes to be approved.
Hold on, Alderwoman. Those should be those are the wrong minutes.
Okay. So it should be January.
Here now.
So
All right.
we'll approve those at the next committee hearing, Alderwoman.
Okay. So we had a January meeting. We didn't have a January. This is the first one. Okay.
No, we had
All
one
right.
last week.
Okay. All right. I was just
So
making.
I'll have those ready for the next committee hearing.
Okay. Thank you. We don't have any board bills to review. We will have the mayor's appointment for the mental health board is not here. And so they did contact us yesterday evening. So we'll put that on hold. Our item of discussion is item number 2, Forestry Division, their annual vegetation memo presentation.
Okay. Well,
Do you
thank
want to see my
you.
screen?
I can.
Alderwoman, do you want me to start? Sorry. It was kind
Yes,
of
sir.
cutting out
Please
on
do.
my end.
I'm
All
sorry,
right.
Alan.
You're good.
Introduce yourself.
Oh, my name's Alan Jankowski. I'm the Commissioner of Forestry. And today we are going to talk about the ordinance, our weed ordinance. So there's a new weed ordinance out there. And in section 4 of the ordinance, it says that the Forestry Division shall annually report to the Health and Human Development Committee the second week in January. So I wanted to kind of go over a few things. Not nothing major, I guess. A few things are new, but so the ordinance now is 72059, and it just gives people to an opportunity to grow more native plants or any plants in their yards and kind of on the tree lawn as well. A lot of people were doing this already, but I think the main thing is having a managed landscape and an unmanaged landscape. And that's what we really want to focus on. Um, you can plant anything you wish in your yard or in the tree lawn. But if it's on the Missouri Department of Conservation, nuisance, invasive, and noxious plants, then they're not allowed to be put on in your property. Um, I could see like off to the left here, that's a managed landscape. And you can see off to the right, that's an unmanaged landscape. It looks like I can't really tell what kind of bush it is, but probably several different species of plants there, but looks like some butterfly milkweed in there. And as you could see in the tree lawn, according to our ordinance, it has to be 18 inches tall, and that's it. So that's going to be way too tall for the tree lawn. And then you could see down the sidewalk that the sidewalk is not clear for the for ADA accessibility or anybody to be able to walk down the sidewalk. You should be able to walk side by side with whomever you wish down a sidewalk and not be interfered with any kind of vegetation at all. So on the left side, we look at the managed property. We just make a few recommendations that you don't have to stick to these, but black-eyed Susan, purple coneflower, sedums, irises are all great plants and kind of a low maintenance, easy to grow in Missouri plants. And that's a long list. We just listed a couple of them here. And then on the other side, on the impermissible plants, we have chicory, field bindweed, Johnson grass, Alderwoman, as you know, that Johnson grass. No one is planting that. It's coming into your property. It's that tall grass that grows like a foot a week and looks like kind of resembles a little bit like corn. And we know if that's in your yard, we know you're not managing your property. As far as also, you can see down low here, we have pokeweed, and then there's silver maples and mulberries. And you ask, hey, a silver maple, I mean, that's a tree. It's in several people's yards. Yes, it is. But if there's 100 silver maples or 1,000 silver maple seeds, they self-seed themselves readily throughout properties that are just unmaintained. And if there's thousands of silver maples along a fence line, well, we know you didn't put that in there because that silver maple is going to grow to be, the buttress roots are going to be 8 to 10 feet wide, and it's going to push that fence down, or it's going to be in your neighbor's property by 5 feet. So we can look at those kind of plants to say, hey, doesn't look like you're maintaining your property here. So we wanted to have something to be able to tell residents you're maintaining your property or you're not maintaining your property. We don't want you to stick a sign in front of your yard and say wildlife habitat or prairie rehab and just let your property go and expect that to be okay. So I'm going to move on to the abatement. So we have inspectors out there inspecting properties. If we find that occupied property is out of compliance, then we'll send them a violation letter. And then within 10 days, we can abate that property. And then also, not only will we be cutting the grass, but new to this year, we can add $100 fine to the owners that, hey, we're not just charging you what it costs us to cut the property, we're also giving you a fine this year. And then what's also new is if the property becomes labeled as chronic, and chronic would mean that you had 3 violations within a calendar year, then we can charge you $100 per day. So if an inspector goes out there and inspects the property January 1st, and today is, I believe, the 22nd, so we can fine $2,200 to that property owner if they haven't cut the grass or done anything to the property. So that's something new to this ordinance as well. And then how much we charge the homeowner to abate their property depends on what type of equipment we use. Are we just using weed eaters? Are we using tractors? Or do we have to have a front loader come in there and haul a bunch of stuff away? Are we pushing down, larger shrubs, trees like the size 8 to 10 inches? Then that's going to take a lot more labor and equipment. So we're finalizing that fee structure now, and then that'll be going out to our in our ordinance letter. That'll be going out in March, early March, to all our vacant properties throughout the city. And then debris, it just kind of states kind of what kind of debris we're looking at. You can't have demolition material, food waste, tires, barrels. stuff like that, just kind of thrown about your property. You need to kind of, again, maintain your property is the biggest thing that we kind of are really driving home here, that you need to maintain your property. It doesn't matter what type of plants you have on it. It needs to be maintained. You could have roses everywhere on your property, and there's nothing wrong with roses. There is if they're not being maintained. There is if they're growing out into the sidewalk, if they're growing out into the street, and there's honeysuckle and all kinds of other stuff growing up amongst your garden that's not being maintained. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. I'm open to taking any questions. And this is brand new, kind of new rendition of the ordinance. So we'll be, come April, May, we'll really get involved with how we're going to set these fines and work with individuals out there.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you.
I'm gonna ask right now if any of the committee members have any questions, because you all know I do have some. So, Alicia, Alderwoman Sonia, I'm sorry, is Alderberg still on?
I am. I do
Okay.
not have any questions, though, Chairman. Thank you, Alan. for the
Thank you,
right.
Alderman.
And then Alderwoman Sonia, do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions, but I do thank Mr. Jacoski for being here with us today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Alderwoman Jamie Cox Antwi.
Thank you, Mr. Jankowski, for being here. I'll just first start by saying I'm very excited that you all are going to be implementing this ordinance. I know having, debris and increased vegetation growth at some of my vacant properties is a major problem for my constituents in my ward. So I'm excited that you all are going to be able to implement the structure to really crack down on that. The only question that I had, you mentioned that there may be a different fee structure depending on the equipment that you all have to use to abate the properties. When you all determine that, will that fee structure be published, or will that be as determined internally by your review of the property?
Yeah, we'll publish that. That'll be on the ordinance letter at the base, and I can send everybody copies of that. So when
Okay.
we send out an ordinance letter at the beginning of the year to all our vacant properties, so that we don't have to send violation letters to 20 plus thousand properties. That if it's out of compliance, we can act immediately while we're there. Now, if
Fantastic.
somebody lives in that house, then we need to give them time to take corrective action.
Okay, fantastic. That makes sense. Thank you. And I don't
Okay.
have any further questions.
Thank you.
Alan, the questions that I have, one, if it's LRA property, how is that handled?
Yeah, if it's LRA, we're cutting it. That's on us. That's us.
So will they be fined also?
No, not to what I was told. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we're not kind of going after LRA. We're going after the private owners so that
Right.
we can reduce that 20-some thousand properties down to about, 9 to 10,000 properties that LRA has. And then we can focus on the LRA properties and hopefully push private owners to maintain their own properties. That's the goal. If we can knock our rotation down so it's not 20,000 properties we have to hit every rotation. That's the goal.
Okay, and so I guess will that cover the rear of those properties
Yes.
also? Okay.
Yes, 100%. The alley, the rears, the fence lines, the stuff that give you and I heartaches. Yes.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. And so I'm glad that, we have this legislation. I guess I'm surprised because I assumed we already were doing this. We already had this. And so I'm glad that we're doing this. So what if we had a property that you all had, a person was living in the property and they weren't maintaining it and you all were cutting it? So will they get a letter starting in
Yes.
April or, okay. So
They'll
it's
get
to
it.
remind them that we cut your property before, but now this is what's gonna happen.
And then we'll send them a letter. They live there. They don't take care of it. We're gonna cut their grass. And then all of a sudden, we give them another letter. After the third time, then they
Mhm.
become chronic.
Okay,
And then we can start charging them $100 per day. And that's where
okay,
really that fine comes in. Because in the past, we we would just charge individuals just for the service we did. Their grass
uh-huh,
would be tall, their grass would be just look awful all year long, and then forestry comes cuts it like 3 times, and they're like, whatever. Here's the fine, no big
uh-huh,
deal, or here's the fee for. Now there's a fine associated with that, so hopefully we're pushing them to, hey, this is going to cost could cost you $3,000 a month if 30 days you're out of compliance. Well, those fees could add up hopefully quickly.
okay, all right.
And we're not looking to come down. We just want them to maintain their properties. Is
That's
the main
all.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah, that's all we're asking. We're not asking for anything special. Just make sure your property looks like the other people that are keeping their properties up.
yeah. Not
Yeah,
trying to make money here. We're just trying to not do 20,000 properties a year or a
right.
rotation. That's just one rotation.
Right, right. Okay. So after, I appreciate you being here. As usual, you're already always giving us good information and
Thank you.
upgrading. So I appreciate that. Does anybody else have any other questions in regards to that? Do we have any written testimony about it?
I know
We have none.
I know you'll have plenty of questions as we move forward into the season. So
Yeah, we'll be
you
getting
all
calls.
you all give me a call and we'll work on it together and figure it out as we work through it. So I know there'll be a few hiccups along the way, but we'll work through them.
Right. I was like, I'm waiting on the call, so it's okay. I'm fine with it. Did anybody oppose this? Roz, did you know of? Nobody
No,
opposed?
not that I know of.
Okay. All right. So, any announcements? Any members have any announcements? Okay. Well, thank you, Alan, so much. Usually when we have our meetings, they're short, sweet, to the point. We don't beat you up. We don't drill you. We
That
just
sounds
take your
great.
information.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Could I get a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Second. Okay, we're adjourned.